I beat the first Pacifist challenge in Pokemon Legends Arceus. A Pacifist challenge basically means you cannot use any moves that directly damage opposing Pokemon. So this leaves you with things like status moves to inflict confusion, burn, poison, or setting up with spikes and using roar to rotate the enemy. But in Legends Arceus, there is no will-o-wisp, spikes cause direct damage, Destiny Bond doesn't exist, and there's not even a Confuse Ray! This means that I am stuck using only 2 moves in the entire game. Poison Powder, which doesn't work on any grass type, and Poison Gas. Mind you, if the Pokemon is a Poison or Steel type, this means that they cannot be poisoned. To top it all off, Poison goes away after a few turns unlike any other Pokemon game, and special Pokemon take less damage from it! This then means one thing and one thing only. I had to stall the Pokemon, meaning I had to have my Pokemon survive hit after hit after hit as my opponent drains their moves until they can only struggle. And when a Pokemon struggles, it damages itself each time. And no, I did not allow myself to use struggle, which means no Magikarp on this run. So allow me to share with you my struggle as we saved the lands of Hisui by being a pacifist. So to start out, you can't actually begin the challenge run until after the first tutorial fight, which you are forced to win. After that, we stocked up on some Wurmples so that we could use Dustox for Poison Powder. And after multiple attempts at evolving... No, not another Suicune! I don't know. We're struggling, we're struggling. It's another Suicune! Bro, what is this? Dial W for, oh my god. Oh my god. This better not be another Suicune. It better not end up being another Suicune. If it is, I'm ready. I'm ready to walk away. I'm ready to walk, okay. Okay, it's a Cascoon. We finally got 2. One of which we named Luna. So much of our time was spent completing research in every way except defeating Pokemon. This helped a bit as every caught Pokemon also resulted in a few levels for our team. I would go over the fights, but most of them really were just poison it, poison it, poison it. All objectives survive, move on. With some exceptions along the way. The first challenge really was this Cricketune that just wrecked our team. But Arceus does this funny thing with special fights where if you lose, you just get spawned right before the fight with fully healed Pokemon. So after enough attempts and stalling, we got through the first hurdle. We eventually find out we can't even delete moves, so we have to be very careful as to not run out of our non-damaging moves or the run is over. But on the bright side, noble fights are incredibly easy as you just have to summon your inner Dark Souls master to dodge attacks and throw bags at the Pokemon. We pick up the dreaded Paris ×2, one of which actually we eventually named Morale. And eventually run into our next challenge, a Toxicroak from the Fortune Sisters, meaning we had to defend over and over again and keep our Pokemon alive in order to stall out the fight and win. Also, buffing doesn't stack like in normal games either. Feels great! We take down the next Noble and move on after we get our hands on this absolute unit! After some struggling, and name them Shoosh as they deserve to be. In the next area, we start to get into the even more unfair parts, as we had to deal with the 2-on-1 fight, balancing out the poison and the healing, which isn't too hard yet. After spending an immense amount of time trying to catch another alpha, we finally get Cyndaquil, the Empoleon, who doesn't listen to us because we don't have enough stars. Then came the most painful part, because while we had some nice setup for stalling with poison, iron defense, even some debuffs like baby doll eyes, we could make our way through the Abomasnow from the Fortune Sisters, but dealing with an upgraded Toxicroak that could do some major damage to Cyndaquil meant we needed to be very precise with our decisions, and Cyndaquil wouldn't listen, and we lose time and time again. Oh my god. You did this to yourself, Cyndaquil. You did this to yourself. And each fight that would normally be about 3 minutes turns into half an hour or more. Can you tell I went insane during this? Please, if you haven't subscribed and you made it this far, subscribe for my insanity. But with enough healing and stalling, we get through the Toxicroak, only to realize that we had a Gengar to stall out next! So after grinding away, we finally defeat the Fortune Sisters and handle the Noble Arcanine, and suffer by the hands of Choo-Choo Man! We have to straight up rely on, please, Cyndaquil, listen to me. No, you jackass! Why? Oh my god, this Pokemon. This Pokemon is and we could have won it. We could have had it all. All right, we evolved Shoosh and get a shiny Bastiodon. Melee wasn't too difficult as we could just stall easier knowing we can't be poisoned. We put the ball through the circle hole, accidentally run into a Fortune Sister, slip into the Icelands, and deal with one of the most unfair fights in the game as we get triple teamed by Sabi. After a couple of tries and some luck of our own. That's a spit. That is spitting in my face. We're done. We're moving on. Did I just lose? Did I just lose the fight? What the fudge? We're able to stay alive and switch out Pokemon enough on fainting that we slowly took down the major threats of Magnetar and Electivire before the Rhyperior slowly fell last. I tame the off-brand Eagle, qualify a Lord, and prepare for the end. Oddly enough, most of the fights weren't as tough as I had thought. We planned ahead, making sure to fight Palkia so we could poison them instead of stall, pass the trials through poison, catching, or stalling in general, but then lost to the Mochi Man himself. To counteract this, we ruined the ecosystem by releasing nearly every single Pokemon we had ever caught the entire game, giving us tons of stat-boosting items to work with. We go back, do the Mochi Mash, crack down on the Commander, and quell Palkia, all before our one-on-one with Dialga. After all the extra plates have been gathered, I step into the fight everyone had been waiting for. Volo. Here it comes. Spiritomb poisoned. A Lucario we had to stall through switching and reviving. Togekiss poisoned. Garchomp poisoned. Roserade stalled. And Arcanine poisoned too. And while yes, they had some moves that could really hurt us, on the first try it all went so smoothly that we made it to Giratina.
We got this. As long as Giratina doesn't have resistance to the poison, we've got this in the bag.
This lulled me into the largest false sense of security ever. Because if you remember, dear viewer, special Pokemon take less damage from poison, preventing us from even making it past the first form. And it took an hour to get to that point. So we hatch a plan and create the perfect team, which was really the team we already had, but with two major changes. 1. Enough stars to make Citadel listen to us, giving us a more reliable partner Pokemon. 2. Capturing the perfect counter to Giratina, a Togekiss that we named Happy.
You're getting the ball eventually! That was it.
Yes! From here, we sold everything we had and went into the fight. We tank hits, poison our foes, defend, heal, and revive with every chance we could get, switching out Pokemon as best we could as we finally made it to Giratina again. Hearts thumping. We poison it, watch our Pokemon faint, send out Happy, and watch as Giratina could hardly even hurt our beautiful Pokemon, allowing us to recover our fallen allies. Even as it unleashed its true form, it meant nothing to the power of Happy the Togekiss, allowing us to defeat Giratina once and for all.
Also, chat, I was here. Chat,
I was here. I was here. Hit him with the I was
Hi,
here.
YouTube.
Hit him with the I
here.
was here. YouTube. Say hello to YouTube.
I was here.
Oh my god. Get out of here, Volo. Nobody likes you. Actually, a lot of people do.
And so we completed the first ever Pokemon Legends Arceus Pacifist Challenge.